and welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. So, when we invite people on, we tell them, come in, have a good time, but don't wear green. Well, next to me is Terry, and she came on in green. And it really didn't matter because we could see right through that green to the black that you're wearing. So it really wasn't that big a deal. But some people do come in with green, and I don't know. I'm colorblind, so it's hard for me to tell. Okay? All right. So, Terry, you are CEO, President, Chief Cook and Bottle Washer of ZT's Fitness.
That is correct.
What is ZT's Fitness?
We're a boutique fitness studio in Stewart, and we do everything in our studio, from fitness classes to nutrition to weight loss, life coaching. We do it all.
Okay, so first of all, how long are you around the industry?
24 years.
Okay, why'd you get into it?
I love dancing and fitness, and most important, once I got into the industry to become an instructor, it was changing people's lives.
You know, what's interesting is I have a young lady who is a registered dietitian. Okay, and I'm like, for you guys, I'm the worst because I don't eat any vegetables. I eat barely any fruits.
La 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 la.
I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy because I'm from up north.
Hey, meat and potatoes are good too.
Okay.
Just got to learn to balance.
Okay. It's the chocolate cake that I got to learn to balance out. Okay.
With wine, that's always good too.
Okay, so you get into this industry, okay, and you're around it for so many years. Have you seen a lot of changes?
Yes, of course. The industry will continue to change. It wasn't the same 20 years ago, 10 years ago. It will continue to evolve, and for the good.
Well, okay. So you say that, so correct me here, because I'm older than dirt. So I remember when they said, oh, eggs are good for you. Then eggs were not good for you. Then eggs are good for you. What's the answer?
Where are the eggs now? They're good for you. They've always been good for you.
You can't afford them, but now.
No, you can't. The real good ones.
You can't afford anything anymore.
Not the real good ones.
Okay, so eggs are good for you.
Eggs are great for you.
Okay.
They're the only food that have all your essential vitamins and minerals.
Really?
Eat your eggs.
Okay. So now my next question is, I was told I'm prone to kidney stones. So I was told to avoid certain kind of foods. Okay? And I don't eat them anyway, so it doesn't matter. 'Cause one was spinach. Okay?
And you avoid spinach.
I avoid spinach. I avoid it anyway. And the other was beets. And I can't, what's the name of that it has in it that causes kidney? Isolates or something like that.
So you're avoiding all the vegetables.
I avoided them for 65 years. You think I'm going to stop avoiding them? The thing is, it's hard. I don't know why it's hard for me to eat vegetables. I remember going to a networking event, and there was a buffet. And I saw these things. They were in gravy, and I took one thinking it was a meatball, but it wasn't. It was a, why can't I think of what it's called? The round vegetable that everybody doesn't really like. Oh my God, I can't believe it's slipped my mind. But it will come to me.
Brussels sprouts?
That's it, Brussels sprouts. And I took a bite of it, and it was like, oh my God, it's going to kill me.
It's all a habit. So food is our fuel, and we create habits. And once you start feeding the body specific foods, it's going to crave those foods. But when we start changing our habits, you start feeding the body good stuff, the brain's going to like it, and you're going to want some more. And it all becomes a habit. It's all a habit.
You guys got to understand, I was a big soda drinker.
Oh, that's a no-no.
I gave up soda about 2.5 years ago. If I want a soda, if I'm out and I want a soda because I want the sweet, I'll get a ginger ale. Mm-hmm. And I'll still drink ginger ale here and there if my stomach's upset, because that's how I was brought up. It was Coke syrup back then, because that's what they gave you to settle your stomach. But I'll do that. Okay, so get off the nutrition thing. Let's talk about the other stuff that you do. So you do Zumba?
Yeah, we do lots of fitness classes, lots of different programs. Zumba is probably what people know me for in this area because I brought Zumba to this area. Okay. I started Zumba.
What is Zumba?
Zumba is dancing. It's Latin dancing. It started with mostly Latin dancing. Now it's become international music. So we do any kind of music. Belly dancing can be incorporated in our fitness classes. Latin, any kind of Latin rhythms, salsa, merengue, bachata, cumbia. We do everything.
Okay, so here's my question. Is it predominantly female, or is it female and male?
So we love to have both in classes, but in honesty, it's mostly women in most of the classes. But we do kudos for the guys that show up in dance, because there are, like in my studio, we have 10% they're males.
Okay. I think that, I hope this comes out right, I think that sometimes women get intimidated if there are men there because men see things differently.
For sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So they don't go where there's a lot of men because they don't want to be judged.
For sure. Or feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah. At our studio, fortunately, a lot of the guys that come in have been with us for a while, and most of them are husbands to one of our members. So they're like couples, and or they've been with me for so long that the other members know that it's a safe zone with this guy being in the class.
Okay. What about ages? What are the age ranges?
So our programming is for everyone, but my favorite clientele and group is 40 plus, 50 plus, and definitely the baby boomers, because they're the ones taking over our industry. They're the ones that are worried about their health and not so much weight loss. They're more concerned about living longer, healthier, and longevity of life.
Okay, so everybody's different. Longevity of life for me is not as important as quality of life. Okay? I've been on my deathbed twice, and they're just not ready for me anywhere yet. Whether it be up there or whether it be down there.
Your quality will give you longevity.
And and I agree. And after the kidney stone issues, I gave up soda. It's funny how our bodies work. After the heart attack, everybody does the same thing. I'm never going to eat this. 3 weeks later, we have this ability to forget what we go through, which is a good thing, because if someone comes to your class the first time, they're probably hurting the next day, you think?
Pretty much.
Does that kind of go away?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that goes away.
Movement is key. You have to keep moving. People are going to be sore, they're going to hurt, they're going to feel uncomfortable for if they're not consistent. If they're only showing up once a week or once every other week, you're going to feel the same pretty bad way every time you come in. But if you continue to move and are more consistent, your body will adapt.
So, how often do you have a class that the same people come to? Like, are they coming once a week, once a month, twice a week, 3 times?
Daily.
Every day?
Pretty much.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So most of our members
are in much better shape than me.
Minimum 3, but most of them are 4 to 5 times a week.
And what are the classes, an hour?
Yes. Well, now they're like 45 minutes to 50 minutes.
So you're a boutique. So how many people are in your classes?
So we see anywhere from 10 to 25 people in class.
Wow, 25 people is a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel that the small classes are better?
So small classes for certain workouts, so like our strength training classes, our stretching classes, those are nicer to have smaller classes. But when we do Zumba, we like a pretty nice sized crowd, because it's way much better to dance. Exactly. Okay. It's a dance party. The more the merrier.
Right. I mean, I get that. If it's dance, it's going to be a dance party.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And it's funny because dancing is its own exercise in itself.
Yes.
Okay. So
in disguise.
In disguise. So your clientele we discussed, but do you have any stories of clients that came in that achieved goals that they didn't expect they would be able to achieve?
Oh, absolutely. By simply coming to classes on a regular basis, many. I've been transforming lives since 1999.
In weight?
Without even knowing this.
Okay. Is it a weight issue that is affected?
Mostly, so we've had great weight loss success stories, but a lot of it with medication and health, and yes, definitely, diabetics, high blood pressure, you name it. We've seen a lot of transformations considering health, not just weight loss.
Okay, so we live in Florida, which is the car accident capital of the world, which means 90% of the people in Florida have back issues. Mm-hmm. Are there different programs for people who have either bad backs or stuff like that?
Yes, so we are very good. Myself and all of my staff is mentored by me. I train them. We work together. We do a lot of education together. We are very informed of our members and who has injuries, who shouldn't do this, who shouldn't do that, and what alternative exercises we can give them for their safety.
I gotta believe that people come in sometimes with body issues. How do you overcome something like that? Because I mean, you're in great shape, and I'm sure a lot of people who go 3 or 4 times a week are in great shape. How do you overcome the person that's going to come in and feel that they have body issues? That how do
We don't focus on that. We focus on helping them move and staying consistent. We don't focus on this is what you're going to look like or this is what you should look like. No, because we're all different. Our body structure is different, and we focus on feeling good and movement.
Okay, how often do you exercise?
Me?
Yourself?
A lot.
A lot? Mm-hmm. Every day, I'm sure.
Every day.
For now?
Except I don't teach on Sundays, but I still do some exercise. Recovery.
Barring the exercises, would you recommend that everybody, if nothing else, at least walk?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. This is where most people, if you've been sedentary or if you were just not sure where to start, just go outside, get some fresh air and start walking. Simply 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, start somewhere each day. Every day you'll get stronger, and simply by being outside, especially when it's really nice. I know in Florida we don't get nice weather all the time because it can be really hot, but just enjoy the outdoors. Fresh air is medicine, and exercise is medicine.
Look, so take me. I had triple bypass, and I lost 40% of my lung function. So I only have 60%. So you'll hear me cough. Not because I'm sick, but because coughing is the way your lungs get oxygen. Mm-hmm. It would be difficult for me. Not would it? I know it would be difficult for me to do a 45-minute class.
Absolutely.
So, what would be your recommendation in that scenario?
So we have a program. It's called SEAT.
Okay.
From your seat to your feet. From your seat to your feet.
Oh, you have to get up?
You don't have to in the beginning. So we have clients that we start in the seat, and the classes are 30 to 45 minutes, but it's not like nonstop like a Zumba class would be. And we progressively move clients from their seat to stand, and their endurance levels will obviously get better. In your situation, I say just go for a walk. Go outside for 5 minutes. Walk. Next day 7. Next day 10. Before you know it, you will be a lot stronger, and your lung capacity will get better.
You know, when I had the lung issue, they wanted me to go to rehab, and I didn't go. I said, because I'm a guy, so we're stupid. And what happened was I was out walking my dog, and I fell. And I actually had to crawl to a car to use my arms to lift me up because my legs were not strong enough. My legs were always the strongest part, and now they're not. Still not. So getting down and getting back is very, very difficult. My mom, who was in her late 80s, or 80s to 90, we would make her, because she was wheelchair bound finally, either ride a little bicycle thing on her feet when she's sitting, or kick a ball, or stuff like that.
To keep her legs active.
To keep the blood flowing.
Circulation.
Right.
Absolutely.
She had a very bad wound on her heel, and wounds healed by blood flow. So we thought that was was important.
Circulation. Yeah.
Yep. If you had, taking walking out of the equation, if you had to tell somebody one tip to stay healthy, what would it be besides walking?
Move. Not just walking, but move. If you're mostly on the couch, try to get up. Just trying to strengthen your legs. If you've been sitting down, just stand up every minute. Stand up and sit back down. But movement. We were created to move. And it doesn't have to be walking, running, strenuous exercise. Just moving will help you. So this is one of my sayings. Motion is lotion. Motion is lotion for your brain. It all starts here. because if you set your mind that you're going to get up every minute and just stand for 10 seconds and then you can sit back down and you do that continuously, you'll be moving a lot more. Stretching your arms up, moving your shoulders, opening, lengthening your spine. Motion is lotion for our brain, our joints, our muscles, and our heart.
All right, we got to tell our time. How do people find you? Your website?
We do. My website is ztsfitness.com.
So ZT's S with an S?
Yes, with an S.
Okay, and you have a phone number?
I do. 772-323-5299. Just Google Zumba and I'll come up.
Everybody, I say it a million times, always use a professional. And because people have become technically stupid. And the fact that, I want to do this exercise. I'll Google it and do it from the computer. That's really not the total answer. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you have to be careful when you're exercising.
Absolutely.
Okay? And that's why you need to deal with a professional.
Absolutely.
One is, if you deal with a professional, my saying is always, it'll cost you 5 times less. Because if you do it on your own, you'll end up at a chiropractor. And the other is, it'll cost you 10 times less in aggravation.
Absolutely. 100% agree. And that's why a boutique studio, we don't focus on the masses. We focus on the quality of work and the services that we provide. We're not packing, hundreds of people, even 50 people in a boot camp class or strength class. We are really, watching our members, correcting form. We also have personal trainers at our studio so that we do workshops where people can come and learn proper exercises and alignment, safety. If they have injuries, then we give them alternatives. So it's quality of work, and exercising by yourself, a lot of times you can get hurt if you don't know what you're doing.
I totally agree. What's the website again?
ZT's with an S, ZT sfitness.com.
Everybody have a great day. Terry, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Everybody,
thank you so much.
We'll be right back.